Hi, and welcome to another RosterElf tutorial video. In this video, I will teach you how to build a roster, as well as some tips and tricks to make rostering even more efficient. To start, click on the Roster tab at the top of your screen, then select a week, and then select a site that you want to build a roster for. If you have multiple sites on your RosterElf account and are yet to save or publish a roster for any of them, you will see the All Sites box. This will allow you to roster for all sites simultaneously, but I will show you how to do that after we learn how to build a roster for a single site. Click on the site you want to roster for and you will be taken to the daily rostering view. Here's a quick breakdown of the elements on the screen. In the top left, it shows the site you are currently creating a roster for. Below that is the tabs for the daily and weekly view options, a search bar and rostering filter options to the right. In the top right, there is the weekly budgeting overview that shows the revenue or sales target for the week, the total hours rostered, estimated cost, labor percentage, and average pay rate. Along the bottom, we have buttons to clear all shifts, copy a roster from a previous week, upload a template, save the current roster as a template, save the roster to come back and work on later, or publish the roster. To start rostering, click the plus button in the middle of the timeline. A pop-up window will appear where you can start by selecting the position or role you want to roster for. Once you have selected the position, click Select Employee down the bottom right. The Select Employee window will have two tabs, Potential Matches and All Employees. We recommend rostering from the Potential Matches tab as it uses the RosterElf Perfect Match algorithm. The Perfect Match algorithm works by only displaying staff who you have said are able to work the site you are rostering for and are qualified to work the position you're rostering for. Staff that meet these two criteria and are also available to work based off the availability they have submitted will show up as green. Staff who are qualified but unavailable on that day will show up as grey, and staff who are qualified but are either already on the roster or on leave will show up as red. Choose from any of the staff that are showing up in green and press Update Roster in the bottom right corner. The shift will land on the 24-hour timeline from 9 to 5. By dragging out the arrows on either side, you can change the start and end time of the shift. You will notice that as you adjust the shift, the daily and weekly financial summary will update too. To continue rostering for Monday, click the plus button in the middle of the timeline and repeat the procedure. If you hover over the shift with your mouse, it will show you the shift budgeting information that has total hours for the shift, average pay rate, and shift cost. If there are days in the week that have fairly similar shift start and finish times, you can copy the shifts from one day to another. To do this, hover over the day and click. This will copy the shifts. To paste the shifts to another day, click on that day. If you prefer, you can also roster while in the weekly view. Here you get to view a whole week with all the staff and their shifts across the week. To add a shift in the weekly view, click the plus button under the day you want to roster for. Once again, select the position you want to roster for. However, when rostering in the weekly view, you must select the shift length in the top left corner. Once again, select the employee, then update the roster, and the new shift will be placed onto the roster. While rostering in the weekly view, there will be the total hours rostered and total cost for the week for each employee. To save even more time while rostering, we highly recommend creating roster templates. This can be done by building out a week's roster with the shifts that are reoccurring most weeks, then clicking the Save as Template button down in the bottom right corner. To upload a previously created template, click the Upload Template button in the bottom left corner, then choose from the available templates. When rostering, you also have the option to copy a roster from a previous week. To do so, click the Copy Roster button in the bottom left corner, then choose the week you want to copy. The shifts will be populated in the current week, where you can make amendments, save the roster, or publish it. When you have finished creating the roster, you can click the Publish button in the bottom right corner. RosterElf will do a final check to make sure that all staff are available to work the shifts you have assigned them to, and that they aren't already rostered on another site. If there are any scheduling conflicts, you'll be warned and given the option to ignore and continue to publish or fix the issues. If you choose to fix, the conflicting shifts will be outlined in red. Click Publish and you will proceed to the publishing window. Here, you can add roster comments which will be sent with the roster notifications to your employees, as well as appear in their My Shifts section. On this screen, you can also select how you want to notify your staff. You can choose between email, SMS, or push notification. You can select one or all three. Lastly, you need to decide who you want to notify. If it's a new roster you are publishing, tick the All Staff box so that everyone on the roster is notified. If you are republishing a roster, choose the Changed Staff box so that only people who have been changed on the roster will be notified. Once you hit publish, the staff will all receive an email with the details of their shifts, as well as an SMS and push notification prompting them to log into the app to check their shifts. Well, that's the process of publishing a roster for a single site. I'll now show you how to publish a roster for multiple sites at once. If you are yet to save or publish a roster on any given week, you have the option to select to roster for all sites. Once again, you will be taken to the daily rostering view. When publishing for multiple sites at once, it is often easier to roster in the weekly view. The process of adding a shift is as follows. Click the plus button under the day of the week you want to roster for, then in the top left corner, select the site you want to add the shift to. Then select the position and the start and end time of the shift, then continue to the Select Employee page. Once again, select from the available employees showing up as green and click Update Roster. As you roster shifts to different sites, they will start to appear and be filtered by site. The process for publishing the roster for all sites at once is the same. Click Publish, write a comment that the staff will see, choose how you want to notify the staff, and click Publish Roster. For more information about the Rostering tab, please head to our website and click Support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.